Now, yesterday we brought you a story about the tragic death of Lachlan Foote. He was just 21 when he passed away suddenly after consuming what he thought was a safe dose of caffeine powder.
Now, we've had a huge response to what happened. In a moment, we're going to speak to Lachlan's devastated parents about their warnings for others. But first, here is Lachlan's story.
A kind and talented musician, Lachlan Foote was saving to travel and study science at university. He'd been celebrating New Year's Eve and before he went to bed made himself a caffeine powder protein shake. Something didn't taste right. Thinking the protein powder had gone off, he messaged friends, finishing off, "See ya in the morning." But Lachlan blacked out and never woke up. 18 months on, a coroner found Lachlan died from caffeine toxicity. A single teaspoon of caffeine powder is equal to about 30 cups of coffee. Large sales of the powder were banned last year by the US Food and Drug Administration. That followed the death of a teenager in similar circumstances to Lachlan. Australia's regulator says its register doesn't include any products considered pure caffeine supplements, and so it would be illegal to sell them here. Lachlan's family want people to know that while caffeine powder might look harmless, it can be deadly.
It's really opened our eyes, hasn't it? Joining us now, Lachlan's parents, Dawn and Nigel Foote from Blackheath in New South Wales, Blue Mountains. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for joining us, given the circumstances. Look, everyone has certainly been shocked by your warning. Dawn, tell us what sort of guy Lachlan was. Was he a health and fitness guy?
He was, but not excessively. I mean, he was 6'4", well-built, active, happy. He was a lovely, beautiful boy. He was lovely.
Yeah, it looks like it. Nigel, this caffeine powder is illegal in America. How on earth is this still available to young people in Australia? Anybody in Australia?
Well, it still is, and it shouldn't be. So what we're trying to do is get the regulation laws tightened up so that not just young people, but any people can't just buy it freely and easily online the way they can at the moment, because this is just going to keep happening again and again if somebody doesn't do something about this. So we've spoken to the coroner and they've spoken to the food authorities and they're waiting for a reply from them at the moment.
Dawn, the thing that shocked us was, just a heaped teaspoon doesn't look much, but is the equivalent of 50 cups of coffee. It's extraordinary. It's almost misleading, the power of it, the potency.
Oh, and what person doesn't just get a scoop? And I don't think Lockie had any idea of the potency of it. We didn't know. We didn't even know it was in the pantry, to be honest.
No, so and he got it from. It seems that he got it from a work associate who must be feeling dreadful. Actually, our heart goes out to whoever actually gave it to him or sold it to him, because I'm sure this was an accident. Yeah. So Lachlan got this and probably didn't get a chance to read the label on the packet. It would have just been perhaps dealt out into a jar or something like that. So he just didn't know.
So is that what the medical experts have said to you, that it was the heap of the teaspoon? Because I imagine that there's a lot of particularly probably young blokes out there adding this sort of caffeine, who are working out at the gym, adding this to their protein shakes. There's a lot of people doing protein shakes out there. Was it the heap of the teaspoon that was deadly here?
You're meant to have I think it's a 1/16 of a teaspoon is the required dose. Now, I don't think I could measure out. I do a lot of baking. A 1/16 of a teaspoon is a pinch. But if you're getting a scoop, you just get.
It's different if it's in a pill form, because then one knows what how much you're having. But in a liquid form, because it's also available apparently in a liquid form. So, but in a powder form, it's just too easy to make a mistake, and the regulations just have to be tightened up.
Yes. Because the Therapeutic Goods Association Authority is saying, look, it is illegal in Australia, but by the sound of it, it's sort of gone under the radar and is accessible online, and no one's just given it a second thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure really about these regulations and whether it's really been who is really meant to be in control of this. So that's what we're looking into, and the coroner is now looking into that aspect of it.
Well, Nigel and Dawn, look, we thank you for your time today. We're so sorry we have to talk to you in these circumstances. You're incredibly brave to be out here talking about this right now, but we're with you on this. We need to get this stuff off the market.
So and keep us in the loop as well when you hear back from authorities.
Thank you so much for spreading the message. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, all the best.